Hello, duelists, and welcome to the King's Court. Now, this is going to be the follow-up to the Yu-Gi-Oh! February 2023 Banlist reaction. Now that some time has passed, and, it's all sunken in for pretty much all of us that it's been a whole more than 24 hours. Sorry, I meant to do this earlier, but I got caught up with some stuff. But, basically, now that some time has gone by, and it's all managed to sink into this is real. This is a break from the Matrix. This is the reality. These are the hits we got to the list. So basically, now that some time has passed, I want to give my thoughts on the hits made to the two best decks pretty much in the game. I wanted to give my thoughts on those, as well as overall just like what do I think is going to be the new, what do I think is going to happen in the metagame? What are going to be the top decks? I'm going to save that for later. What do I think are going to be the top decks for the Yu-Gi-Oh? I'll save that for later this week. I'll probably do that. Probably try to get that up by Thursday. As recording this video, it's a Tuesday. I'll probably try to get that up soon. So I wanted to do this video in the meantime on what do I think is going to change, and do I feel like these hits really mean anything, and overall what I'm excited for when it comes to the game. So in the comments, let me know what decks do you think are going to be the new top meta. Do you think Yugioh Tcg could surprise us and still be the top 0 format dog? No, or do you think Sprite, with their Sprite Elf gone, do you think they still got a chance? Or do you think a new deck could be the new one? Like, people are really hyping up Dinos, hint hint. So that could be one. Overall, we'll talk about those when we get to that video. And go ahead, don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe for more Yu-Gi-Oh content. And thanks for stopping by. Let's get to the video now. Obviously, let's address the big, huge white elephant, the huge Don fan in the room, which is the bans. Now, Artifact Scythe, right here. I'll see if I can add a picture in. Artifact Scythe got hit. Now, a couple of formats ago, about a year ago roughly, there was a huge debate on if Artifact Scythe or Crystron, Halqa-Fibrax, cards like those should be the ones that get banned, because that combo, for, in case you didn't know, for Crystron, Halqa-Fibrax was basically to go into Artifact Dagda and basically do a whole bunch of shenanigans to basically lock your opponent out of their extra deck, which is already crazy. So a debate used to be made about whether Scythe should have gotten hit. Now, pretty much now it's gone, which is a little strange because I don't think anyone has mentioned Scythe in okay, the most previous, obviously, was Yugioh Tcg, and before that, Sprite was out, but it didn't have... Sprite didn't really, have enough time to really establish itself as the big baddie that everyone thought it was going to be, so unfortunately, that didn't, have enough time to really rule a meta like everyone was predicting. So before that, I think is when Halqa-Fibrax got hit, is when the last time you heard anyone talk about Scythe. So it's a little bit weird now. So I feel like this isn't really going to be a big deal because no one's really using it right now. Right now, that's the thing. With Yugioh Tcg's gone, well, not gone, but basically, nerfed. Graveyard destruction, I feel like, isn't going to be the main thing anymore. Like, beforehand, everyone and their grandmother was citing D-Shifter. I was even using D-Shifter and for my Madolche deck. So, honestly, I feel like because of this hit now, we're not going to be seeing as much graveyard destruction as we did beforehand. So that's one big one right there. I don't think Scythe is being hit in the long run. In the long run, it's probably going to matter because there's probably going to be some crazy shenanigans later on. Like, if you played this game long enough, we all know that eventually something comes up that makes a card OP. And I feel like it was only a matter of time until Artifact Scythe was that next card to get more, basically get another power up. Then the next statue card, Barrier Statue of the Stormwinds. Now, there's one thing you can always count on. It's a Yu-Gi-Oh! Duelist's ingenuity. Yeah. Honestly, flu players, are already trying to tech in Barrier Statue of the Torrent. Apparently, there's already people lining up to get Small World because in case anyone watching this has never used Small World or has never seen it before, basically you can you pick a card from your hand and banish a card from your deck that has one of the same characteristics, whether it's level, attribute, monster type, attack, defense, any of those. So you pick one of those, and then you pick another one from your deck that has the same thing as one of that monster. And basically those two cards are banned, so you get the third target. So there's already a ton of people trying to tech in the water barrier statue, because right now, here's the thing. Barrier statues have like a history of coming and going of being good. For the worst ones, obviously, are the dark and light ones, because this game has always been dark and light's huge supportive. I mean, look at well, not even two, like the three. Okay, in Pokemon, we got Charizard, Venusaur, Blastoise, obviously. Well, for Yu-Gi-Oh, that's definitely Dark Magician, Blue Eyes, and Red Eyes. And two out of those three are dark, and the last one is light. So obviously, this game has always favored light and dark. So those ones are almost pretty much never used. But for a long time, the barrier statue of the Drought, the Earth one, used to be used in a lot of anti-meta decks because Earth decks at the time were not really as prevalent as they are right now. Like with Kashtira and a Shizu, the Shizu card probably still going to be teched in, and their Earth. And there's like so many other cards that are Earth that still get support. Like the Vernisylphs are crazy, and like Naturia Vernisylph is pretty nasty. Or if your channel member Michael, his Machine deck, which is and a lot of dinosaurs are also Earth. Well, not really, actually, like Giant Rex, but not the point. The point is, right now, the two best ones are, well, the best one now is Barrier Statue of the Torrent, because there's no really, like, well, there was, obviously there's Sprite, and some team elements are water, but right now, with team elements gone and Elf getting hit, it's predicted that Torrent is going to be the better one because there's not, like, another top-tier water deck right now. You got some people playing the Shark deck, like, at a local level, and some people playing, like, the Karakuri, no, not Karakuri, they're, Legendary Ocean, Mako Tsunami deck. Like, but there's not, like, a lot of big water decks that are, like, super, monsters in the meta, like Shizu Tier Limits or El Sprite were. So, and Barrier Statue also of the Inferno, which is the fire one. We're going to be getting a huge amount of fire support soon, so that's probably why that one's not being used. It probably is. There's probably going to be somebody using that one over the Torrent one. It's probably like a 50-50 shot. But I'm just amazed that Barrier Statue Stormwind's being gone only barely past 24 hours, not even 2 days, and people are already trying to make plans of how to abuse the rest of the Barrier Statues. It's nuts, honestly. So I feel like we're still going to see Flunderies, because now it's not just, sit on Barrier Statue and wait for your opponent to rage quit. Now they're going to be trying to focus on other plays they can do, as well as, but I feel like we're also still going to see people try to tech in those other barrier statues. Tyrlink Katalos. Man, a lot of other people who make videos on YouTube about Yu-Gi-Oh! Have been comparing this most recent ban list to the Dragon Ruler format. Now, in case some people watching this didn't play during that format, because God, I think it was almost 10 years ago already, man. something like that, roughly 10 years, almost 10 years, I think. Either way, a deck used to exist called the Dragon Ruler deck, which was level 7 element dragons, fire, and basically this deck was another tier. It was basically tier 0 because there was so many people. It won worlds, but bottom line is though this deck was literally everywhere, and Konami hit this deck hard. It put everything to one. No. First, it banned the baby versions of them. If you look up Dragon Rulers on YouTube, I'm sure you can find like a whole video explanation on them. But basically, this deck is getting the same treatment they did of getting their stuff pretty much hit hard. So I don't know if tier limits though could really they're not going to be as insane as they used to be. That is a definite. They are not going to be as crazy as they used to be. Sprites, man, sprites were basically becoming like the new what's a good example? The new Zodiacs, or like the new, and well, basically the archetype that will be the engine that can be splashed into most decks. Like there are so many people already trying to plan out what decks, like, or Tri Brigade. That deck also eventually became like a splashable engine. That basically there was so many people trying to mix this deck with other engines. So, but what's Elf gone? I don't know. I mean, they still got their other, like, their big Xyz, but without Sprite and Elf, they're just not as, like, fast and can't do as much as they used to. So, again, hot take, but I don't think we're going to be seeing Sprite as much as we did beforehand. And we already know what the unlimited cards are. Yada is not gonna. That doesn't really matter, in all honesty. Spiral Resort. I forgot the name of their big one, but their boss monster is still banned, so that doesn't really matter. Lithogasm. Now this is an interesting one. Dinosaurs are already being bought out. Like, they are going crazy. I used to play dinosaurs, so I'm not surprised because Lithogasm. It's a cool card for them, but True King is still banned, so their big bad boss monster is still gone. So that's one thing we don't have to worry about, at least, thank goodness. And as well as the fact that even though they got Lithogasm Unlimited, it's still there's still not much else they do, added to the dinosaur archetype. It's still gonna end up with being like Conductor and like Borload Savage and even Naturally a Beast sometimes on the field. So, I don't know. I feel like Dinosaurs, though, could be a strong competitor, especially with their new support they're beginning. So, I think, though, for the meantime, we're going to be seeing Dinosaurs probably more at a local level again. But I feel like when they get their new stuff, eventually we'll start seeing them more often. Personally. Servant Demian, that's not really going to do anything. Mecha Fanabeast, O-Lion, Jet Synchron. Again, with Halka Fibrax gone, who cares? Bring him back. Destrudo, the Lost Dragon's Frisian. Even Dragon Links didn't play this card, like I mentioned in my reaction video, so it's not really going to affect anything much. And limited. We all know what the limited cards are. Now, I've been seeing a lot of people on Twitter and stuff like that freaking out over Ancient Fairy being limited to 1. I don't want to be this guy, but unfortunately, Ancient Fairy is errated. I'm amazed how many people didn't know that she got errated. So, I'm sorry. It's not as strong as it used to be. And we already know about all the tier limits and all the Ishizu cards that got hit to 1, so I don't know if we're really going to be seeing them. I feel like the Ishizu cards are still going to be teched and other things. They're probably going to be Dangers, how they used to be really destructive, then they all got hit, and and then you only ever saw them teched into some other decks. So, that's my thoughts on that. I feel like this ban list definitely destroyed it, completely demolished Ishizu tier limits, and I feel like it slowed down sprites. I don't know if they're full on gone though. If anyone plays Sprite, let me know in the comments. What do you think? Do you think the deck is unplayable now? This kind of reminds me back when the Link 1 for what's it called? Prank Kids got hit when Prank Kids used to be a monster in the metagame. But when that card got hit, they pretty much stopped. You didn't see them anymore. I think Sprite are going to go down the same route. We'll see them a little bit here and there at the beginning, but then later on, as stuff comes in, like when Kashtira start taking over the meta, I feel like that's going to be what's going to happen to them personally. That's just me, though. But I'm going to save that for our video for what we think are going to be the new top decks for the meta. And yeah, I feel like that's pretty much all my thoughts, really. That's pretty much what I think is going to happen. I feel like this ban list is going to affect everybody, like at a locals and a regional, even a YCS level. I feel like it's hot obvious, but I feel like Kashtira are definitely going to be the top deck now. Not only that, we got the new Sword Soul cards, and like I said, the Dinosaur cards, which means we're probably... Here's the thing, whenever a big ban list like this happens, at the beginning we're probably going to be seeing like a variety of different decks pop up again, and then eventually we'll start seeing the meta build up and start to materialize. So I feel like in a couple of weeks we'll start to get a better idea of what the new top decks are going to be. But if you want to hear like our prediction of what we think are going to be the top decks for the TCG, don't forget to like, comment, subscribe, and that's pretty much all my thoughts right now. Let me know in the comments if any of you think, what do you think is going to happen? Are you excited? I'm excited. Like, I'm really excited to play, because I was doing the locals report and, like, still playing the decks I want to, but tier limits just made the game kind of a drag, I'm not going to lie. But with them gone, I'm really excited to really... I'm a hero player, so I'm just going to get this cheesiness out. I'm really excited to get my game on. I know, cringe. But I'm really excited to start playing some more, so if you want to see like some more gameplay brought to the channel, and we're also going to start recording some Master Duel and start getting some more gameplay up, as well as other videos. We're close to 50 subscribers, which, by the way, thank you so much. I know I say that in every video, I'm sorry. I'm just really grateful. We might have a channel update soon, our first one, because like we want to start bringing more into the channel of stuff we want to do. So if you're excited by any of that, let it go. Don't forget to like, comment, subscribe, and thanks for stopping by. And thank you for making it this far, and we'll see you later. Bye.